What's going on, man? I feel like I haven't been here in like 10 years. Um, but first off, I want to start off showing you this book right here, Insider's Guide to Making Money in Real Estate. This is the greatest book known to man. This teaches you everything you need to know about real estate. And of course, there's other videos you can watch on YouTube, that show you about real estate, but it's nothing like reading. Reading actually shows you, when you buy this book, you're basically getting the information, you know. So, this book is fairly easy to read. It's got like simple words, simple text. A baby can understand each and every word. Like, look at the title, for instance, The Insider's Guide to Making Money in Real Estate. I mean, if you can read that and comprehend that, then the rest of each and every word in this page is going to be, simple for you. But, um, so I started reading that book, right? I'm not so far into the book, but as far as I am right now, I started making a few calls. So what I did was, I did my research. I started calling some lawyers. I started looking at properties on Craigslist, even the classified ads in the newspapers. I'm on Zillow.com. That's a great place. That's a great website to look up homes and properties and land and everything that you want to look up. Zillow.com. That's a great. I'll post it up in the description below. It's just called Zillow.com. But so I was on there. Looked up properties. I was talking to homeowners. I contacted agents. These are the people I spoke to. I spoke to lawyers. I spoke to real estate agents. I spoke to homeowners. I spoke to hard money lenders. Now, don't get discouraged when I call out these occupational backgrounds. I mean, they're just as normal as you and me. Watching this fucking video, that's just their job title. I mean, they're no different than you and me. They're normal human beings. But I gotta tell you, when I first made the first call to speaking to a lawyer, I was fucking scared. My heart was like racing and shit. I'm like sitting here ringing. I'm sitting here on the phone ringing, like the phone's ringing. I'm like, shit, when this person picks up the phone, like, what the fuck am I gonna say? Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna say. What I mean? Because these are like really like, business people. What I mean? Like, they know about like the law and shit like that. So I was just like, I'm just gonna come out the heart and just talk. So I started talking to a lawyer, and I asked her, I was like, okay, so let's say, I'm gonna get into real estate investing. How much is it gonna cost for, the legal documents to make the transactions, to make the deals? You know what I mean? Because, when you buy a home, you just don't go by yourself and fucking buy a home. You know what I mean? You gotta get like contracts. You gotta sign something. You know what I mean? Like when you go to a dealership and buy a car, you gotta sign something. You gotta pay for all that shit. So like, it's basically the same thing when you're buying a home. So it's like, you gotta know what you're doing. You know what I mean? When it's your first time buying a home, you're gonna do your research. You know what I mean? You gotta do your research. You just can't go blah 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 blah. So like, this is why I called the lawyer first, so I can inquire how much is it going to be for all the fees for her to write up a contract, and make it legit and make it like save my ass, because when you buy a home, sometimes the homeowner can call you back like 2 years later and say, hey, this is my property, it's under my name, I have the title here, and you bought it 2 years later, and the homeowner's saying this shit to you 2 years later, and then she could basically say, I still have the title here, it's in my name, I want my property back. You know what I mean? So like, if you don't do your fucking paperwork, shit can get crazy. People fucking, shit. It's just like, the stock market. Motherfucker. When you lose a lot of money, people be jumping out the window committing suicide. I mean, shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's very. You gotta be strong in the mind. You can't get emotional about shit like this, because this is your life. No matter how much money you make, if you fucking have this much money and you fucking lose it all, don't get emotional. You know what I mean? Because what would you rather lose, the money or your life? You get what I'm saying? So like, don't fucking get emotional when it comes to numbers. You know what I mean? Money's come and go. Your life doesn't come and go. Your time does not come and go. But money, that shit comes and goes. Okay. So, and then I started speaking to hard money lenders. If you look up on Google about hard money lenders, those are basically for people who don't have credit, who have bad credit, who have zero money in the bank. Now me, I don't have credit at all. The only thing that I pay is a phone bill. I pay a phone bill. That's the only fucking bill I have, and expenses like food and gas and shit like that, and anything else that I want to buy, like entertainment and fucking shit like that, anything. But like, I don't have any like bills to pay or anything. So like, I don't have credit. I don't have anything. I don't have a credit card. I don't have fucking anything. So I couldn't qualify for a loan at the bank. A bank would basically ask me, all right, who are you? You know, if I want to go to the bank and borrow $125,000, the bank is basically going to ask me, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Who are you? You know, let me run your credit score. Do you have a job? You know, how much income are you making a month? You know, they're going to ask you to see if you are legit, to see if you're going to fucking pay them back, because they just don't lend money out to everybody. So if you're a person that has like bad credit, you can't get a loan from a bank. It's possible you can get a loan if you have money in the bank to show them, but if you don't have money in the bank, you can't get a fucking loan. I have money in the bank, but it's not like I don't have like a real contract job where you sign the W-2 form. No, I have like, it's something totally different. But this is where you speak to hard money lenders. Those are the people who lend money out to people who have zero credit, bad credit. You know, people who have no money. So I called one guy. I looked up, you know, hard money lenders in my area, and you know, when I was calling the phone, I was like, my heart was racing again, you know, because these are guys who have like a lot of fucking money. So I'm like, fuck, you know, I'm like, my heart's racing and shit. So when the dude picked up the phone, I was like, oh, it's just a normal dude. So I was like, you know, hey, can I speak to a hard money lender? And he's like, yeah, this is Dave, or something like that. He just said some random name. I'm just gonna say Dave. He's like, yeah, this is Dave. So I was like, hey, Dave, all right, I'm thinking about buying a property. He's like, all right, what's the address? And I told him the address of the property. It costs $129,000, 129K, 129K. That's how much the house costs. And so I told him the address, and he's like, all right. And he's looking at the address while I'm speaking to him, and he's like, man, it's to the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. It's in Opa-locka. You know, Opa-locka's not the richest neighborhood, but people fucking live in Opa-locka, you know what I mean? When you go to Opa-locka, it's like very dirty. You know, I don't want to talk down about other cities, but like when you fucking go there, it's like very dirty. There's like, you know, when you're eating and you know, wipe your mouth when you're done, when you're eating, and you just fucking, the napkin, shit like that is in the area, like all on the grass. Just got like napkins and like soda cans. People just don't give a fuck. They just throw trash everywhere, and paper and newspaper. Shit's everywhere. You know, when I went on the ad on Zillow, what he was looking at, there's just fucking trash everywhere. When you pull up the website of the home, there's fucking just, you see trash everywhere on the grass. It's like, and to him, this guy's like, he's like, how the area, I mean, come on, man, you him there. He's just like trying to like, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay, listen, you know, my idea was to basically buy this home, you know, and fix it up and put it on the market, because when people buy homes, you got to think, nobody looks at an ugly ass home. The only people who looks at ugly homes are the investors, because the investors have the money to fix it. But me, as I'm trying to be an investor, I'm trying to partner up with a fucking hard money lender so he can loan me the money so I can fix the home and sell it, you know, put it on the market, so I can put a fucking tenant in there. You get what I'm saying? So I can get the tenant to pay me, so I can fucking pay the hard money lender back. You know, I'm gonna be the middle guy. I'm not gonna live in the home. It's gonna be the guy to fix it up, you know, just generate cash flow. So, you know, that's just basically what I was trying to tell the dude. You know, and he's like, as good as your idea may seem, blah, 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 as good as the ships here with it, you know, I'm like, you know, he's just like, that's the first dude I fucking talked to, you know what I mean? Don't get discouraged when people tell you, you know, when people don't want to partner with you, you know what I mean? There's all types of people that are trying to make it, you know, even like rappers, they go to contractors, like, hey, can I get a contract? And like, fuck, you know, you don't even sound good, you know what I mean? So don't get discouraged when shit like that happens. You know, even basketball players, Michael Jordan went through it all. Even Michael Jordan, you know, you fucking went through it all. You tried to, you know, play basketball. Some coaches were like, you're not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen for you. Fucking legend. Who is MJ? Type in MJ, he's fucking all over the internet. He's a fucking legend. Motherfuckers told him he couldn't make it. Look at Albert Einstein. You know what I mean? So when someone tells you you have, you know, you're dumb, don't fucking listen to that bullshit. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln didn't make it till he was 40 years old. Till he was 40 years old. If you read about Abraham Lincoln, you're gonna see that he was a bum his entire fucking life. He did not know how to do anything his whole life. His whole life up to 40 years old, that's when he became successful. So, do not get discouraged when people fucking talk down on you, you know what I mean? Don't please them, but instead please yourself. Surprise yourself. Work for yourself.